Well, it's the Christmas episode, so we got to open up with something funny and lighthearted for the holidays. I just wanted to open up with this video of it's really funny. It's like one of the only times that I found Joe Biden actually funny, and it's because you'll see. It's actually funny, but it is Joe Biden, not Trump for once. Usually Trump's the funny one, but yeah, just listen to this.
That's not too much to ask. You okay? I want the press to know that wasn't me.
I genuinely laughed at that one because obviously everybody jokes around it. Joe, he fucking falls all the time. So he's doing like a press conference and then some guy falls and he's like, "You okay?" I want I want the press to know that wasn't me. Fucking hilarious. I'm like, that's the one time. That's the one time. Sorry, Joe. That's the one time I'm giving you. Usually it's Trump that has the zingers, but that was actually a good one. But it's actually funny because it's sad because he literally falls all the time. So I don't know. It's like he's leaning into it now, which is actually kind of fucking hilarious. So that's good. We love you, Sloppy Joe. Good job. You were funny for once and not just pathetic. The best part though was when after he does like the whole "you okay?" and then he like if you watch the video, he turns to the right and it looks like he's like gonna go away. I don't know, he does this weird thing. He does it in a lot of his speeches where he just turns to the right and he looks like he's like confused or he's like, should I walk away? Am I walking away now? What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? But yeah, the number one comment on there was like, "Oh, good, they updated the software finally." Confirmed, Biden is a robot. Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode number 101. We're back. We survived 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. I hope you guys enjoyed last week with the boys. That was pretty fun to just talk to shit, and it was quite a long episode, which was nice. It was nice to have a long episode and just talk with the guys. It's been a while, honestly, since we've all been together and just kind of chatted. We played games here and there and stuff like that, but everybody's so busy, it's hard to get, especially with work schedules, it's hard to get everybody on the same day at the same time. So yeah, it was really cool to see that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. It was kind of a mishmash and, talking over each other a little bit, but that's the nature of Discord. That's the nature of how it kind of works. The most ideal setup, obviously, is everybody in person and they're mic'd up, but it's not possible when you live hours away from each other. We got to do what we can with what we got. And yeah, so for everybody who celebrates, Merry Christmas. This will be the last episode before Christmas. So I hope you guys have a good Christmas with your families. And, hopefully, unfortunately, if you live in Canada, especially, the economy has been kind of shit lately. So, I hope to God everybody was able to afford the gifts for their loved ones, their children especially. I know me personally, like this year, I'm like, sorry guys, you ain't getting shit. I'm like, just the kids. I'm like, I bought for the kids. I went, above and beyond for the kids, but I'm like, I'm not buying for anybody else really. You guys might get a gift card here and there. I apologize, fam, but it's just kind of the way it goes right now. Money's tight and she's rough out there. It is genuinely a rough year, especially for Canadians. And I wanted to show you guys this video just to show also part of how rough it is. And just, obviously I won't have the video on there, but it comes from We Are Canada Proud. And they're definitely a right-wing Instagram page. And I'm sure
Charge complete.
Pages, oh, thank you. Charge complete. Thank you. I thank you for ruining my podcast, bitch. Fuck, I hate that goddamn. You know what? Whoever's the engineer behind Corsair, whoever fucking engineered that, don't do that. Or at least make a way to turn it off. Maybe there is a way I can turn that voice off. I actually don't know. I haven't looked into it. So I'm sorry, Corsair, but it should just be like a button on the headset. Just like shut the fuck up mode. Just put it into that and then it doesn't talk to you. It's like battery low. It's like fine. But why does it have to? I get the whole battery low thing. I get it. But I don't understand why it has to like go through your speakers and stuff and it ruins recordings. It should just be like an internal beep that's not, or like a vibrate maybe, you know, something that doesn't screw up recordings. But sorry, lost my shit there. But yeah, either way, this Instagram page, you guys can listen to this. It was like, it's a thing of Trudeau, and he's in an interview talking about what his Christmas plans are, and people kind of laid it out about how everybody's struggling, but you know, he gets to go on whatever fucking vacation he wants all the time, which is very unfortunate for, you know, people like me that are like struggling, and everybody's struggling, and we're like, oh, this is kind of messed up, man. Like, I'll just let you guys listen to it. We can talk about it a little bit after, but let me cue it up here.
We're even gonna, we're going away on holiday together this Christmas, and that'll be good. It'll be great for the kids.
How do you decide, by the way, when everybody talks about, oh, the Prime Minister's gone away again, how do you decide where you're going to go? Do you talk to the kids and
talk to the kids.
say where do you want to go?
What they're feeling like.
Yeah. What are you in the mood for a beach or whatever? Yeah. Okay.
Like most families do, and look.
A single mother of 3 was pushed into a difficult rental market.
So about 5 houses said no because I'm single. And like 3 said no because I have kids.
Helps has good credit and full-time employment still.
And so come October, I was homeless, and my kids and I were living in a hotel.
Yeah, okay.
Like most families do, and look.
With the cost of food, housing, and nearly all essentials on the rise, food banks are becoming increasingly vital for families struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah, okay.
Like most families do, and look.
The pediatrician says Indigenous children are paying the heaviest price.
Indigenous children in these communities do not have enough food to eat.
Yeah, okay.
Like most families do, and look.
Yeah, and it just ends there by saying, enjoy your vacation, Justin. Because, again, he gets to go on these vacations. And this is what I try to really, again, I don't like to get, it's ironic, because I always say I don't like to get too political, because I don't really care all that much about general political talk. But in Canada, I just really feel like it has to be, you have to be talking about it, because it's getting scary. It's getting scary. And I feel like if you're not at least in the conversation a little bit, then you're just being ignorant and you're part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like, you're part of, like, the silent majority, right? Because most people don't give a fuck. And neither do I. But the thing is, you have to give a fuck to a degree, because otherwise the future is going to be ruined for your children and everybody else. Like, they've always talked about dental and all this stuff, right? Oh, we did dental, we did childcare. And I've talked about it before. I've said the childcare is a good thing. That is a good $10 a day childcare is great. It helps single moms and stuff like that. It's great. Fine. But the problem is everything else he's done is not, it's not good. It's inflated. And he talks about, there's one interview of it, the lady was saying, well, one of the things you promised when you got elected in 2015 was to lower the cost of housing. And now here we are, and housing is doubled, almost tripled. She's like, how do you explain that? And Justin's answer was, well, can you imagine what would happen if I didn't get elected? Like, what a fucking ignorant cunt. Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, it's bad, but can you imagine if I didn't get elected? The Conservatives would have fucked it. Like, it's just, no, I don't think they would have. I think what it comes down to, ultimately, and again, I don't give a fuck about right-wing, left-wing politics. I just want everything to be affordable for everybody. And I like human rights too. That's the thing. I like both sides of the argument. I like people to have their rights, You want to go get an abortion? Fine. You want to go do this, that, Late term abortion, that's a little weird, but the early term when it sells, I mean, it doesn't matter much to me, but I mean, I wouldn't be okay with it, but it's, it's up to the individual, Just don't go flaunting it. Again, there's happy mediums for all this stuff. Yeah, sure, go get your abortion, but you shouldn't be sitting on social media going like, 12 abortions. This is awesome. Like, I think that's a little weird. You know, they take it to a weird place all the time, right? But either way, I don't care about this politics, this gender identity, this Zer trans fucking anything, drag queens, any of that stuff. I don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. It's cool. But don't think that you can just make it the norm for everybody. Like, don't make it so that it has to be the norm for kids. Because then you're being impression, like, fuck, I can't even talk. Sorry guys, I'm a little retarded, to be honest. But, you know, it's like you're just indoctrinating kids at that point. Like, I think this stuff's fine. Like, people can do what they want, but there are certain things that just should stay out of the school system, and it's just weird, you know? So, you know, go do what you want with your life, but leave everybody else the fuck alone. And we need to bring down the price of everything. There's another thing. I don't remember which candidate it was. It might have been a conservative one. It might have been a liberal. I don't even know. But they were talking about how there's going to be an automotive crisis up in Canada. And they're like, buy vehicles now. Buy them while you can. And, you know, they said there's going to be a shortage soon. And that's like the new fear mongering, right? But it's like, with what fucking money? With what money? What money are we going to buy vehicles with? Are you serious? Have you guys looked outside recently? Have you looked at the cost of a vehicle? A brand new truck is like $100,000. Like, they're putting new cars, new standard issue cars are like $60,000 almost. Like, I think the cheapest one you can probably get right now, and you'd have to really look, is like $30,000. And you'd have to really look for that car. Like, the automotive industry is nuts. And they're all saying, buy now, FOMO. You won't get a vehicle. Well, guess what? I wouldn't get a vehicle anyway. Because they're not fucking affordable, you idiots. It drives me mental. I really think, and I was talking with some buddies about this, and I believe I talked about it, if not the last episode, the episode before. I really think there's going to be a crash. I think there's going to be a housing crash, but definitely there's going to be a vehicle crash. Because it's just, people can't afford them after a while. After a while, you're going to price out everybody. Like, when people are being priced out at the grocery store, what the fuck do you think they're going to be able to afford an $80,000 truck for? You know? And everybody wants to go electric. Electric vehicles are even more expensive. So, like, an electric truck comes out. How much is that going to be? $500,000? Like, it goes beyond reason. There's no reason a vehicle should be more than $30,000. Like, I get it. Okay? I get that they have the whole cool trim packages and they got this and, hey, Cody, you don't need the top tier titty every time. Well, yeah, I know. And I'm not even talking about top tier titty. I'm not. That's like if you get an S-class truck or whatever they're called, what are they called? LS? LT? Chevy might not even make an LS anymore. It might just be an LT. I don't know. Base model truck. Cloth seats, you know? Shiz it like that. Just nothing. Maybe navigation if you're lucky. Power windows are pretty much standard now. Basic shit. That's still $70,000 at least. At least. Like, my shitty trailer that I live in, that I bought 12 years ago during the housing boom, unfortunately. You know, when the housing crashed like 2 years later and I could have got it for half price. Ouch. You know, I paid like not even $90K, almost $90K. And yeah, it's a shitty trailer. It's a trailer. But still, it's a place to live. And a truck is more expensive than my trailer was 12 years ago. And that same truck 12 years ago would have been like, I don't know, 50,000 maybe. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. I was looking at like because I always see the ads come up on my phone, and I saw like there's like a new Corvette, and they won like almost $250,000 for it. And yes, it's decked out, and it's a Corvette. It's the highest end one. I get it, but still, that's $250,000. Do you understand that? That's a fucking starter home these days. So it frustrates me. It really does. Just the whole world right now. The inflationary, and I think the inflationary spending, like, there's no doubt that the whole world is doing this. Like, America's in the same fucking pinch, right? But I mean, they also have, liberal Democratic guys in there too. But, I think the whole world is feeling a pinch. The whole COVID shit kind of fucked up the economy and everything. But in Canada, the inflationary spending is getting out of control. And I really think that's what's screwing us up so bad. That's why our groceries are so expensive. It's a mixture of the carbon tax, and everybody knows the carbon tax is just a right-wing talking point, right? Like, axe the tax. That's kind of their whole thing. And everybody agrees because, yeah, it's going to save us money. Less money on gas and stuff. It's true. That is a problem. But even more than that, I think it's just the inflationary spending. Donating to a bunch of bullshit. And we want to accept, I just read an article too that they want to accept more refugees. Here, let me actually bring it up here. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, the Trudeau Liberals have announced temporary immigration measures to bring refugees from Hamas-controlled Gaza. Like, it doesn't make sense. Because literally nobody, I don't know if this is a video. No. But like, literally nobody, they were talking about refugees there and nobody accepted them. Not America, no other country. No other country. And then all of a sudden Trudeau in Canada is like, yeah, we'll take them. Come on in. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, if you're going to get a terrorist over here, it's from the fucking place where they're doing terror attacks. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, and I hope they're at least vetting these people, for Christ's sake. Because if we let them in when nobody else is letting them in, like, that's going to be a fucking problem. So if we start seeing a chain of terror attacks next year, well, I guess we know we fucked up on that one. Also, a little bit of hypocrisy that I want. This is supposed to be the Christmas episode, guys. We're supposed to be lighthearted, but sorry, I just had to get this shit out because this is like some of the breaking news. But another thing that grinded my gears this week was that there's Palestinian protesters. I think it was in Montreal. They closed down a fucking highway, a major roadway, to protest whatever's going on over there. And then when it comes to the whole Palestine, Israeli, I don't know, guys. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not really on any side. I just like them to stop killing each other. Let's put it that way. But that'll never fucking happen. Let's be honest. And I don't care. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm on humanity's side. Let's just stop killing each other. Grow up and get your shit together. And if you're going to be a dickhead, like, fuck off. But either way, why am I talking about this? If I'm not on a side, why am I bringing it up at all? That doesn't make sense. Well, I'll tell you why. If you listen, no, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I don't know if you guys remember, but there's a little thing called COVID. And what was that? What happened during COVID? There's something in Canada that happened. Oh, yeah. There's a freedom rally. Right. There was a bunch of truckers. They did the same thing as these guys. They did a protest. And what happened? Oh, yeah, the government illegally froze people's bank accounts that donated to them. They got shamed everywhere. They got called like right-wing extremists. They got taken out. Some of them got arrested. Like, they got destroyed. And they were having a peaceful protest. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says, because there's so many people I've talked to that are just brainwashed. They're brainwashed. Because everybody's like, well, there are far-right Nazis, right? It's like, what? What the fuck? The truckers were Nazis. You got any evidence? Like, it blew my mind when I heard people say that. They're like, well, those truckers were Nazis, right? It's like, okay, first of all, what the fuck? Second of all, calm down. And even then, yeah, there might have been, even if there was neo-Nazi, like even if there was one neo-Nazi in there that happened to be a trucker, which there's no confirming that there was, that doesn't make them all Nazis, all right? It just doesn't. But either way, they have the right to protest, but apparently they didn't. Because people got their lives fucked up because of that. They got arrested. They got fined. They got everything taken away from them. People who donated, they weren't even there. They just donated because they believed in the freedom, which I believe in too. And they got their bank accounts frozen. That's some fucking communist bullshit. Like, that's some sick shit. People don't understand how crazy that is. The idea that the government froze your bank account. Froze, that's some weird Chinese communist shit. Like, like how China has like they have like a social credit score, right? So when you're in traffic and stuff, like say you're jaywalking, they have your DNA, everything on file. So facial recognition, everything, down to your walking patterns. It's kind of crazy, the shit I've watched on this. It kind of scared me actually, because I really hope it doesn't come over here. But it's kind of seeming like it is. But it's literally just it's like a facial recognition, everything for cameras. So if you jaywalk, it'll be like, yeah, you jaywalked on this day. And it'll take the money right out of your bank account. Right out of your bank account. And if you get so much, if you do so many things wrong, then it just says, and like it'll be displayed on your credit score. So anybody does anything, they'll be like, oh, you apply for this job. Well, it looks like you jaywalked and you did this. You actually don't have enough social credit to apply here. You don't have enough social credit to go to the movies. Like, it limits what you can do based on, and I'm not saying killing people, because yeah, if somebody's a killer, they probably shouldn't be around other people. I agree with that. But like, because somebody jaywalked, which is not, shouldn't even be a criminal offense, to be honest. But like, somebody jaywalks and like all of a sudden you can't go to the movie theater or something. Like, do you guys think that's right? Because I fucking don't. But they can do that over in China. And if you fuck up too much, like I said, you want to say, I want to buy a new flat screen TV with my hard-earned money. The government over there could say, no. They'll freeze your bank account. Fuck you. Your social credit's low. You don't deserve that new TV. Whereas in a normal capitalist fucking society, you do what you want with your money. And that's the way it should be. But when it came with that whole trucker convoy, the idea that people were getting their bank accounts frozen, couldn't feed their children because they donated to a cause that they believed in. That's sick. That makes me so fucking sick and angry. Like, I don't get too worked out. I don't get too worked up about, okay, that's a lie. Okay, I'm sorry, you called me out. I know, that's a lie. I do get worked up quite a bit about things. Maybe sometimes. But that whole thing about freezing bank accounts really rubbed me the wrong way. Because that is dictatorship bullshit. Communist activity. Which is exactly what I see. That's what I see in Trudeau. That is what I see. But either way, back to this whole new thing. So these Palestinians, right? They're blocking off a roadway. What's happening to them? Do you think their bank account's frozen? Think they're getting fined? No, nothing. Guess what? They get to do their peaceful protest. And it's so peaceful. You don't even hear about it. It's so peaceful, you don't even hear about it. And I don't know, personally, because I don't live there. I don't know if it's peaceful or not. I haven't heard anything about being violent. But I guarantee, if that was because it's a liberal talking point, that's why they're okay. If that was any kind of conservative thing over there, they'd be fucked. There'd be bank accounts frozen and a bunch of bullshit. So the reason I'm talking about it, I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle you're on, Palestine, Israeli, whatever. I don't care about that. But what I care about is the double standard in this country where, oh yeah, that's one of our talking points. It's cool. So we're not gonna freeze your bank accounts and fuck your life over. It's very, very clear the agenda that's going on with those guys. Like, don't you guys think that's sick? Is that not disturbing? Because like they've been doing this for a while, and the weirdest thing is you don't even hear about it. Like the trucker convoy, that's all they talked about for like 2 months was these violent Nazi truckers coming through. And like this one, I saw somebody made a TikTok reel talking about it. And when I heard about this, he made the next guy that made a reel about it. He said the same thing that I was thinking, which is it's kind of weird that these guys are getting away with this protest, whereas the peaceful trucker one, like, it was a problem. It's a fucking double standard, and it really irks me. It really bugs me. Either way, sorry, I had to go on a little. I mean, let me know, guys. If you guys think that's normal and cool, it's kosher, that's fine. If you have proof that there was Nazis in the truckers, I mean, show me. That's fine. But like, I personally think it's a bullshit. I personally think it's a bullshit double standard, and they want their way. That's all. It goes with their rhetoric, so it's cool. But I guarantee if there was any kind of right-wing protesters, there'd be fucking police there. There'd be like a child stabbed or something. There'd be all kinds of shit going down. Anyway, what else is going on? There's another weird thing. Amanda Bynes, do you guys remember her? Yeah, she used to be hot as hell. She's looking a little rough these days, I noticed. Oh shit. She started a podcast apparently, and she put a pause on it after one episode. She said something about how it got a good it got a good reception, but I just need to pause it for now. And so I don't know if she's gonna come back to her podcast or not, but I mean, I wish the best for her, but she is looking like she used to be like my crush when I was in, little boy, like, 15 years old, whatever, 13 years old. I used to love her movies, and I mean, I still love her movies. They're pretty funny. But yeah, I had like the biggest crush on her, and I'm like, I haven't seen her in a while. I was like, whatever happened to Amanda Bynes? And I manifested it because all of a sudden I got this news that she's starting a podcast, and then she paused it after one episode. But yeah, you guys should look up Amanda Bynes. She's got like a face tattoo of a heart on her face and blue eyebrows, and yeah, she's not ugly, but she's, not the way I remember. She's looking a little rough these days, but I think she probably has some mental health issues because, let's face it, all the child stars. I mean, she wasn't was she a child star? I don't even know. She was definitely a teen star, but I don't know if she was. I think she was famous on maybe Disney Channel and stuff when she was even younger, but I don't know. But either way, I wish her luck with her podcast. But don't think you're taking over my podcast as the #1 in Canada. Because you're American. Bitch. But yeah, I don't know. I wish the best. It's kind of weird though that she paused it after one episode, especially when it went good. But there's this insane person that I also want to talk about. I don't know who he is. I honestly don't know who he is. It's some Asian guy, but I don't know his name. I tried to look up his name today, but of course you can never find it. Here, let me see if I can. Sorry, I'm just going to pause that video there. Pause. Okay, I'm trying to figure it. People were looking at. Hold on. Let me see. The comments usually have it, but I looked before. Fuck. Yeah, like I don't know, and I don't even know what to search by to look for who this is. Either way, it's some Asian guy, but he's talking about how people shouldn't eat meat, and how people eat too much meat, and that's why they're, I don't know, dying or something. But he was basically talking about like how there's like some sort of a tick that can bite you, and after the tick bites you, it makes you allergic to meat. Like it actually gives you an allergy to meat. And so his proposition to people is through bioengineering, like human engineering is what he calls it. But basically engineering a gene from that tick and giving it to all new humans so that humans are actually, allergic to meat. So they don't eat it, so they can't eat it. And I'm like, that's fucking scary. Like, we need to kill this motherfucker or something. Like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Like, he's trying to engineer the future of kids to all be allergic to meat. Like, I don't get what people always like. I understand the whole like don't want to kill an animal. Neither do I, but that's why I don't. I leave it up to the guys that kill animals and I eat them. It's great. They're delicious and they're very nutritious for us. And we have a respect for them, and just kind of the way it goes. But like this guy, like it's one thing to say don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. That's okay. It's your choice. But to actually suggest that you're going to bioengineer other humans to make them allergic to meat, that's some fucking sick, twisted shit, man. We better ship him back to Korea or wherever he came from, because we're not going to be having any of that shit. Fuck, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know who this guy is. I literally asked in the comments, who is this dickhead? And like, it got flagged by Instagram for being like, similar comments have been flagged and taken down. Are you sure want to comment that? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. But yeah, I don't know. That guy's a weirdo. So, to the clown that wants to try to make our future children allergic to meat, go fuck yourself, good sir. We're going to still be eating beef jerky because fucking delicious. Amen, brother. Either way, I'm going to wrap her up soon here, guys. Sorry, I was going to make this more of a lightheaded episode. Fuck, I'm tired. I hate this time of year. Just no, I don't hate Christmas time, but I hate the amount of food that's always around me. Especially when I'm trying to lose weight, trying to be healthier. There's just always delicious food around me. There's always turtles. Fucking Lindor chocolates. The Merci. Just chocolate galore. Fruit trays. Piss trays. Meat trays. Cheese. Like, just so much food always around me at any given moment. At work, at play, at home, everywhere. And it's just like, it's so hard to be disciplined during this time of the year, because it's kind of like when it's Christmas and it's cold outside and it's like your give a fuck meter just kind of goes to nothing, and you just kind of just want to chill, you know? It's cool, bro. It's cool. Hey, bring that mic in close, and you know, you worked hard all year. You deserve a little something in your belly, you know? 2-bite brownie. Yeah, you want a couple of those? Why not? Nobody's looking. I'll just take a couple here. I'm gonna turn this mic around. Fuck, I'm gonna come if I keep talking about this. Anyways, hey, we're back to the podcast. Did you guys hear that? Shit, sorry, I was in a coma there. I actually was staring at a box of 2-bite brownies for too long and hypnotized me. I don't know what happened there. Either way, guys, I hope you guys have a good Christmas. I really do. I know it's a rough year for everybody, and for anybody that's like me in the middle, low class. I just know I feel for you guys. I'm here for you guys. And, you know, comment down below what you got for Christmas. I don't know. What you're going to do for Christmas. Who you're spending Christmas with. You know, I think it is a good time of year to just reflect on yourself, reflect on the whole year, and even if it's not a religious thing or anything like that, just reflect on what you're thankful for and what, you know, because I think a lot of people have kind of lost that. They've lost the holiday spirit. They've lost what it's all about. You know, it's about friends and family and, you know, Jesus and all that. But, you know, it's about spending time with your family and just being joyous and thankful for the people who are still around. And no matter how little you think you are, again, like I just said, we're all struggling in Canada. Fucking nightmare. But you know what? There's also some people that don't have a roof over their head. So I'm thankful I have that, you know? I'm thankful there's some people that don't have friends, you know? Some people that don't have their father anymore, their mother. I have both of my parents still. You know, it's stuff like that you don't think about. You don't think about that daily because it's just there. Well, they're just there. They're there forever. Well, they're not. You know, there's gonna come a Christmas one year where I'm gonna have to bake the turkey, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So basically, my parents are going to have to be immortal. I'm sorry. Mom and Dad, if I don't think you listen to this ever, but if you are right now, you have to live forever, okay? Or at least until I die, because then I don't have to ever make turkey, because I think I'd be fucked. I'd be like Googling, can you air fry a turkey? How to make my turkey fit into my air fryer? It's just, I will learn one day, but it's just, it's funny to think about stuff like that, because there is so much to be thankful for. And I just think it's a lot. It's one of those time of years where you just got to think about that stuff, even though we're in the 10th level of hell, economically speaking, and, the world is at war all the time and everybody's on fire, we're still having a good time. We're still fighting a good fight, and the future is going to be better. This next year, I'm predicting it's going to be awesome. I've already manifested it. I am going to get my shit together. We're going to get more stuff on the channel. We're going to, everything is going to be better. I'm feeling more energized than ever. And I'm just ready to have a nice restful couple weeks off here. Well, a week it's basically 2 weeks I'm off work. So I'm just ready to get into refocus mode and, do the work, get to it, and make it the most successful year ever. And again, I am very thankful that I have my family around me and all you guys, everybody that listens. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, from my guys from Alpha 6. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah, have a Merry Christmas, guys, and I will see you next week. Remember, links to all social media are in the description below. Bye, guys.